It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we'll play host to a battle between conferences. It's the Lions and the Silver and Black on Monday Night Prime Time.
And off we go from Las Vegas. And the opening kickoff will not be returned. Will be a touchback. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, sixth-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State.
And how about this young man? Took the NFL world by storm. As a sixth-round rookie, signature mullet, mustache, but 21 touchdowns for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Great personality, and everyone gravitates towards this guy. Teammates love to win with a quarterback who leads them like that, and fans love to root for a guy who seems just like them.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And Minshew with nowhere to go, and they take him to the ground. Alex Anzalone coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down. It's a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Out of the gun is Minshew. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
What a sequence there defensively. You get the sack to move him to 3rd and long. Then here, just nothing available. And he's got to throw it away.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Lions now as they get set for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl and came really within 1 quarter of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
Zachary Carter there, the one to make the tackle. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, Want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Minshew. A dump off for Abdullah. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Looking to throw it, Minshew. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a 4th down. 4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. From the right hash, this from 48. The kick by Carlson is good, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Well, this is caught by Williams. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
2nd and 7.
Play action. It's gone. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
And that is incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
And a fair catch is taken here, a step or two inside the 45-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Myers. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. Here's Madison running left. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Another carry now for Madison. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Minshew sets to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Myers.
And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Now Minshew. And this will be incomplete. physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Brings up second and goal.
Madison will score. Touchdown, Raiders. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And Detroit back in possession of the football. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10.
Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball to the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
Now it's gone. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're going for this. They're going to go for it. It's Goff.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation, but they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A give to Montgomery out of the gun.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
Robert Spillane able to bring him down. Now 2nd and 9.
Now Montgomery. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's 4th. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And that is no good. And they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bowers. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
They'll go Madison up the middle. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
On the handoff, it's Madison. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front They won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Good work by Minshew there to pick up the first.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Terrace Marshall,
27 yards.
and the Raiders are able to widen their advantage.
Everybody likes to see the long ball thrown, but when you throw it underneath and you see someone catch the ball, secure it, make their moves, and then turn it into bigger plays, that's a lot of fun to watch as well.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen, ran into the kicker, the penalty flag had to come out.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over.
They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. He's airing it out for Williams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
That's complete to Laporta.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now Goff.
That's to the tight end, Laporta.
And he's brought down. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. Now Goff. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 17-0 our score after one. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Goff now looks to throw.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. 2nd and 10.
Again, Goff.
Finds Gibbs on the check down.
They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Montgomery will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. They'll run forward with Montgomery. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
David Montgomery taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Lions are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Well, this had not been the greatest of first halves to this point. They've been pretty well dominated in all phases of the game, so this was an important drive just to show they can move the football and finish. And now they're on the board here on the touchdown run.
And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Now a give to Madison. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? They'll drop to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt.
It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards, and the Lions will take over.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
Right at the 30.
From the gun, he'll set up to throw. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And he finds a man on the crossing route. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. To throw is Goff.
He'll get this underneath to Montgomery.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
Montgomery. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now a give running right is Montgomery. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs.
But he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 36. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Goff now to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. They'll run with Montgomery. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Once more, Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. David Montgomery with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions get a bit closer. Trying to run it in with Montgomery. And he will not make it into the end zone. But a flag down here, and I think they're going to get another shot at this. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
A Goff in that Lions offense staying on the field. They'll try for 2.
They'll look to throw. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. So now, Charles, 2 touchdowns, 2 tries at 2-point conversions, and both fail.
And you want to say, let's go ahead and run the kicker out there from now on. But the problem is you're chasing points at this stage. So now you got to dial up more 2-point conversions and hope you're successful from here on out.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Going to begin the drive here with Madison. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's the gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
They'll run again. This time it's Abdullah. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
It's now 3rd down and 3.
He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down.
A gain of 10 yards. That's good for Las Vegas.
Here's a give to Madison running right. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He was picked at the 46-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
They're going to look to throw.
That's to Marshall on the quick slant.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 43. A shotgun handoff. This is Abdullah.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Here's Minshew. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw here.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Here's A.J. Cole now
as he's on to punt for Las Vegas.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, put the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
This to Laporta, right side.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there of 20 yards. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Gone.
That would almost intercept it, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
From the gun, here's Goff.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And down to the 36-yard line here.
Now 2nd and 3.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Goff now looking to throw.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
Here's Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well. The offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
Here's Goff. And he finds Montgomery complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Complete to David Montgomery. Unbeatable weather on the play. And the line, first down.
From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Following the penalty, Montgomery. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Right back to him on first down. And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. They run. Montgomery. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
On the carry, it's Montgomery. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Well, they're going to try this thing. They're at the 5, 4th and goal. They're going to go for it. We'll see. Run, probably pass to both in the arsenal. They go ahead and snap it. Gone.
Well, Charles certainly circled that play. We might have to revisit it later. They had 3 in their back pocket. They go for it on 4th and goal and throw the pick.
Well, you know, we're still in the first half. A bold call nonetheless. And I guess the book might have said take the 3, but it looks like they burned the book. and just said, give me the analytics. And the analytics said, go for it. Didn't work out.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
So we have reached halftime here in Vegas with the Raiders on top. Well, you can't skip halftime on Sundays, but you can right here. So it's over, and on to the third quarter we march.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. The Lions offense and Jared Goff set to take over once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Out of the gun, Goff. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked up by Divine Diablo.
Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Out of the gun is Minshew.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is screen to Abdullah. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. On 4th down, here's Daniel Carlson for the Raider field goal. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
But whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Time for another look at this Lions offense. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
Now Goff.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
There's Goff.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Here we go on 4th. Goff.
That's complete to Laporta.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Goff.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that will bring up second down. Now it's Goff. And the Raiders have got him.
Max Crosby, his second sack of the night. Found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
But they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Montgomery, they'll run for it. And try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. He needed 2. He only got 1. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Short throw caught by Bowers.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
That's complete into the hands of Myers. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll go Madison up the middle. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Short throw caught by Bowers. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Looking to throw it, Minshew. Under pressure, and down he goes. Aiden Hutchinson able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of effort. A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Goff now looks to throw. His throw incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
It's Williams on the catch. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he pushed forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
The more and more that we broadcast games, the more I realize how much this game is about the eyes. And in this case, they got fooled because the defense was checking out the eyes of the back, thinking he was getting the ball. Should have been looking at the QB, shouldn't they?
A little bit of a surprise indeed, and he was able to get forward for that 1 yard. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
On third down, they go Montgomery. That he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Back to throw, Goff. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle.
And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down from the 34-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3.
Montgomery back to the ground. And he'll go down at the 28. First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now Montgomery running right. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Now Goff.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
Montgomery. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
On the keeper, here's Goff. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Lions are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Dan Campbell makes the call. His guys will go for 2 here.
Goff looking to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked up by Divine Diablo.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. So the lead is now dwindled to 9 as the kick here is away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Here's Madison getting it again on 2nd.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
Here comes 3rd down and 7.
Minshew sets to throw. And that is incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
131 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5.
They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Montgomery on the counter. Always got some breathing room.
Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Yeah, they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Handoff comes to Montgomery. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
But partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here.
Bates' kick is good.
And that'll move them back within 6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few 1st downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. The drive drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Here's Madison running on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Now Minshew. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Alex Anzalone, his 2nd sack of the night. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This will be 3rd and forever. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. Here's A.J. Cole now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. The Lions offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. 186 yards rushing for him now as he closes in on a 200-yard night. Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. Again, this is Montgomery. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, look good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up. And that is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. On first down, Abdullah. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Here's Minshew. That's to Marshall on a quick slant. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Terrace Marshall, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Raiders are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2. They'll try to run it in with Abdullah. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And his throw here is incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. Let's just go ahead and take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Goff going to keep it himself. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Over the middle and take it in by Laporta.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
This is 1st and 10.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff.
Throw left side, caught by Laporta.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Well, they'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. That's to the tight end, Laporta. And they'll make sure he's touched down. Well, the black hole and everyone in Vegas on their feet. Here's 3rd down now.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
This one, an absolute must. It's 4th and 4.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Minshew down to a knee, victory formation, and that should be just about it. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders.
And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.
Celebration time tonight on the Strip as we say so long from Las Vegas.